Welcome back, nurses and future nurses, to Dosage Cal with Nurse A. I have some more conversions for you here. So remember, we said from big to small, we're going to be multiplying, all right? And from small to big, we are going to be dividing. So let's go ahead and write our conversions out. 1 kilogram equals to 1,000 grams. 1 gram equals to 1,000 micrograms. And milligram. And then 1 milligram equals to 1,000 micrograms. All right. Remember, micro is going to be with the MC and milli is going to be with the MG. All right. So I am not going to be using dimensional analysis for these first two, but the last one I will. So let's go. Let's see. 67 grams equals how many milligrams? So we already know that grams, which is right here, to milligrams. So this is going to be from a big to a small. All right. This is the biggest right here, kilograms, kilo, and micrograms, meaning smaller. So grams, if 1 gram equals to 1,000 milligrams. So that means we're going from big to small. So what's going to happen in this way is that we're going to be multiplying simply, because it says multiply, by 1,000. Notice that everything is by 1,000. So if we multiply 67 times 1,000, we should get a total of 67000. All right. So our next one is going to read 991 micrograms equals to how many milligrams? Well, micrograms is very small and we're going to milligrams, right? So we're going from a small to a big because 1,000 micrograms only equals to 1 milligram. All right, so that's small to big. So we are going to be dividing. And divided by what? Well, 1,000. Everything is 1,000. All right, so 991 divided by 1,000 will give you a total of 0.991. What's a simple way to remember it? There's always a decimal point after that whole number. So you're just going to move it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And so that leaves it right there that the decimal will now be in front of that 9. All right. But we never write a number like 0.991. We have to put a 0 in front of it because just in case we don't see this decimal or something like that, we don't want to confuse some numbers. All right. So it is always a 0 in front of that decimal. The next one is 0.015 kilograms equals to how many milligrams? So we're going to do dimensional analysis for this because as you can see, we're going from big all the way to a very small, all right, kilo to a milligram. So let's go ahead and do dimensional. What are we looking for? Milligrams, all right? So we know that milligrams have to go on top. So we have it here. Which one are we going to be using? All right. Well, we can use this one right here, all right, because we need to convert from milligrams to grams, then from grams to kilograms, so we can get back up there. So let's go ahead and say 1,000 milligrams equals to 1 gram, all right? Then we have gram on the bottom, so we know we need gram on top, all right? So 1,000 grams equals to 1 kilogram, all right? And we have kilograms on the bottom, so we need kilograms on top. And that's going to say 0.015 kilograms. And it doesn't have anything behind it. You can always just give it a 1. So let's cross out kilograms and kilograms, grams with grams. We're left with milligrams. So 1,000 times 1,000 times 0.015 will equal to a total of 15,000. All right. So if you like this video, please like, follow, comment, and subscribe for more. Thank you.